Chapter 5. Charlotte Gainsbourg. Justiny.
Miss Justiny?
Brian nudged me with a can of cold, sparkling lemon-flavored fizzy water.
Do you need to talk?
I was sitting on my cream-colored couch in the middle of my Malibu beach house. The sliding doors to the enclosed garden were open. I could hear the sound of the distant ocean waves and the cry of seagulls overhead.
Miss Justiny?
Brian had gotten me home, opened the doors, and sat me here. If I didn't respond, he'd go and get me something to eat. If that didn't work, he'd tell my brother or sister or someone, I don't know. Either way, it would get worse if I didn't find a way to open my mouth and speak. "You never sit down," I remarked, as the pain of that small discovery seeped into my soul. "You always stand up in my presence and you never sit down with me, not to eat or to talk or..." I let out a sigh. The person I spent the most time with wasn't a friend. He was a person I paid, an employee. What did that say about me? What did that say about this gilded life? I looked around. There was a large Baldwin piano in the middle of the floor. Glass surrounded us instead of walls, so I could see the fecund garden from the living spaces. There was a stone fireplace for a chill that never really came. There were expensive rugs, a vaulted ceiling, and $400 minimalist lamps. Even the slight scent of sandalwood and mahogany was meant to convey money. That I was a Barkada, and the Barkadas had made it in the world. It was such a long fall from where I was standing, wasn't it? And everyone just wanted to see me jump to my ruin. What a change this all was from where we had come from, when my siblings and I had all shared a room in a run-down house in Makati village, the worst house in the neighborhood. We were hungry, but we were closer. Brian put the water down on the coffee table and looked down at me with sympathy in his old eyes.
Miss, I should tell you.
I waved him off. "That'll be all, Brian. Thank you." He closed his mouth. I could see it in my peripheral vision. He stood for a moment before he walked away, and I was left alone in the grand house. Alone. That was the consequence of what I had done. They say that the Miss Idol crown rested on 1,000 broken dreams. I had broken those dreams. I had shattered them when I broke the rules, when I cheated my way to the top. Something that isn't earned can't be kept. That's why I had no voice, no soul, nothing. The weight of that nothingness crushed me every day until I was a pile of rubble. I used to be so strong and so certain. Now, I couldn't even choose something off a brunch menu without begging someone to tell me I was doing the right thing. Where had I gone wrong? Where had I lost myself? It was a dumb question. I knew when and how, and it was all my fault. I put my face back in my hands and concentrated on breathing. If I just let myself hear the ocean waves, the white noise might drown out the deafening silence that threatened to blacken my mind. I don't know how many minutes passed in this restless meditation. It could have been a minute. It could have been an hour.
Jess!
The front door opened without a knock. I jumped, almost slapping the can of water on the table and narrowly saving it from tipping over. This was, technically, my house, but it had 5 suites, one for each sibling. There were 5 copies of the key, and 5 people drifted in and out at their leisure. It was the same for Jareth's Swiss chalet, Jomari's London flat, Jorik's East Village brownstone, and Jasmine's upstate New York mansion. 5 residences, 5 roommates.
You'll stay in Jomari's room.
Jareth said as I realized there were a second set of footsteps echoing on the marble and tile floor. Was that the tall man? The one with brown hair? What was his name? It was such a strange name because it sounded made up, like Lance Steele or Johnny Everyman.
Yes, sir.
The voice was definitely Mr. Johnny Everyman, the same low rumbling voice that I had felt across my skin as he carried me to my car. It was all too Whitney Houston for me. "Who's with you?" I called, turning my head to face the foyer where my brother stood, with one hand in his trouser pocket. He turned his head slightly in my direction, but didn't make a move towards me.
The head of your security team.
Jareth stared at his watch, not bothering to look at me as he spoke.
He'll be with you 24/7 until we figure out what's going on.
I already have security.
You don't have personal security. You had security at the studio and...
Brian is my security. That was enough. And I wasn't completely helpless. If only he knew how I had defended myself in the past.
He's your driver.
He's both.
It's not the same.
Jareth was using that tone. The one that said his word was law. The one that made me want to poke at him until he lost that cool demeanor. Yes, it is. I don't need to be surrounded by more people. The only thing worse than silence was to be surrounded by people who couldn't see you. Not really. They see the space I occupied, but I was invisible to them.
You don't like being alone in your own house.
It's not the same. I threw his words back at him. I don't want to be in a fishbowl either.
You won't be in a fishbowl.
I'm going to have someone following me around all the time. What? I can't piss with the door closed anymore? I was already feeling that constriction. The eyes. Another person to watch everything I did wrong. Another person to judge and hate me. Another person who would want to watch me fall. Every little movement would be scrutinized, every moment judged, every word misconstrued to show the worst parts of me.
Jess, you need more than just Brian to protect you. Look at what just happened.
He gestured to the front door, but I knew that his long reach went far beyond that. Out the door, down the freeway, to the street outside the Dryden studio. That was an accident, and...
You've got a new security team, and that's that.
Jareth ran a hand through his straight black hair.
You are the most visible member of our family.
We do not let you just gallivant around unprotected. Would you rather I bring Jorik here and have him be your guard?
I winced. No, thank you. What's worse than having a stranger watching your every move? Having your brother do it while updating the family group chat. Jorik couldn't keep a secret to save his life. Please, don't make me do this, I whispered. I wanted him to hear me, to give in to me, to understand why I was begging him. But he stood his ground.
The decision has been made.
Please. I knew there was no bargaining now. I couldn't stand it. I couldn't handle another choice being taken away, another sliver of my privacy cut from my skin. More supervision, more faces and eyes judging every breath, every look. I don't want a team of guys on top of me all the time. I already have so many people staring at me.
You wouldn't have a team, ma'am.
That voice, that deep, low, calm voice sent a shiver up my spine. It wasn't unpleasant, but I disliked it all the same.
Only one of us would be with you at a time. Most of us you won't see at all. It'll mostly just be me, ma'am.
Johnny Everyman had materialized in the doorway, his hands in his pockets, his head slightly downturned as if he was doing a little aw shucks routine. He was too tall to make himself look harmless. His arms, his hands, his face. I didn't trust the look of him. Who are you? I stood up, crossing my arms in front of my chest, suddenly self-conscious that this dress didn't allow for a bra. And drop the whole ma'am thing. It's so gross. If he was affected by my rebuke, he didn't let it show.
I'm Christopher Ambrose.
He reached a hand to me, as if we were going to shake. I glared at his palm, where a red scar bisected from over the pad of his thumb all the way to the pinky side.
Your security manager.
I scowled at my new babysitter. He was a very good-looking babysitter. His short brown hair had a natural wave that he parted and gelled back. His square jaw was something that belonged to a Marvel hero in a Lycra suit. But he was still an asshole. I don't shake hands with the help. Because the last thing I would allow was to have some kind of fondness for my enemy. I could make him quit within a week.
Jess, don't be rude.
Jareth chided.
Nope, it's fine.
Christopher Ambrose chuckled. Then he tilted his head down and lifted a brow as he gave me a smile worthy of a toothpaste ad.
I get it. It's not easy jamming a stranger into your life. I imagine I'll get really annoying.
That lopsided, toothy grin belonged on a Disney prince instead of a real person. His emerald eyes were laser-focused on me, daring me to notice how handsome he was. Then he winked. He fucking winked. I tore my eyes away, unwilling to like this person. You're already annoying, I grumbled, plopping back down onto the sofa, my gold dress puffing around me.
Jess.
Jareth was 2 seconds from smacking me upside the head. I had no choice but to accept the new arrangement. Still, I'd make sure that everyone knew I wasn't happy about it. What kind of name was Christopher Ambrose anyway? What, was Liam Hemsworth taken?
We're going to the Blackbird Jazz Club.
Jareth was talking to the Captain America wannabe.
It's in Santa Monica. Brian will be driving. You'll come with us.
I hated when Jareth pretended I wasn't there, like I couldn't hear him, like I didn't matter.
What's the dress code?
Even Christopher Ambrose's voice was heroic sounding. It was insufferable.
Business casual. Blazer, no tie.
The two of them discussed security as I tried desperately to tune them out. If my brother was going to pretend I wasn't there, then I would do the same. I hated how much I wanted my family here with me, but when they were here, I missed them even more than when they were gone.
Where are you on this new album?
Huh? I lifted my head as if I had just come out of a deep sleep.
Where are you on the new album?
He said, slower, with a little more bite. I had dismissed all the terrible pop songs they'd tried to send my way, and we were back at zero. It's coming along. That was a lie.
How many tracks are finished? How much longer until the release? Do we have any other names to market?
My brother didn't know shit about the music industry. Not really. He just knew business, numbers, marketing. Return on investment was his favorite phrase. He could take $1, plant it in the ground, and a money tree would grow. I don't know. I did know. I knew it so well that I didn't want to talk about it. I was behind. I was so far behind schedule that the label was talking about canceling the release until I had something more concrete to show them. The only thing that kept them from kicking me off the label was Michael Dryden himself. But maybe they should cancel it. I had enough money that I'd never have to work in my life, so why didn't I just do that? Just disappear. Like Charlene after she released I've Never Been to Me. Now she was a business owner, somewhere in Fort Worth, Texas, or something like that. That seemed nice.
Jess, if you don't release another album, you won't get your momentum back. What have we been working for all these years?
Jareth said slowly, quietly, as if he was pleading for me to understand what was at stake. I knew what was on the line as well as he did. I just couldn't get myself to do what I needed to. I was paralyzed. I felt like I was asleep and knew I was in a nightmare. I could try to wake myself up, but each time I thought I had done it, I'd open my eyes and find myself in another dream, still asleep.
Just not a lot of artists will recover from a long gap between releases.
It was true, but it had been done. Charlotte Gainsbourg had almost 20 years between her albums.
Charlotte Gainsbourg had famous parents and an acting career.
Maybe I could do that then, I said slowly. I can act,
You don't like acting.
he said with a frustrated groan, as if this was the most obvious thing in the world.
You love to sing, so why aren't you singing?
I didn't know. The moment my dreams came true, the music just stopped.